is going to stink when we all have to stay home on a Saturday night because we're financially grounded. But in the long run, you will look at your children and you will tell them that you hated it. You hated the things that you did at the time because they were hard. But your dad was right, and you're glad you did it. And your children will have respect for what you did. The party is over. We have to start making the right choices now, the hard choices.
Glenn Beck is a phenomenon. He's everywhere. 2 best-selling books, New York Times best-selling books. One, Arguing with Idiots, and on the cover of the book he's got a uniform on and looks like an askew dictator. He's on the cover of Time magazine with his tongue sticking out. He's a regular topic on MSNBC. Other news commentators make Glenn Beck the news. They talk about Glenn Beck and his extremism. This Fox pitchman has caused quite a storm. He's basically called the President of the United States, Obama, a racist. He's intimated that there are concentration camps being built by FEMA across the country. Not well researched. He had to basically retract that. The question with Glenn Beck is, with his casual style, his very folksy approach to the news, as he walks around, he doesn't read from a teleprompter, he has guests in the audience, he'll walk across the room, stop and go back. He is an entertainer, and he claims he's an entertainer. But the question with Glenn Beck is, he's an entertainer. Yes, he is. He's a very good comedian, by the way. He has a stand-up comedy routine that he does across the country occasionally. But he does present the news. The question is, the real question I've been trying to get at, what is Glenn Beck? Glenn Beck is a comedian. He's a news commentator. He's a moralist. If you've ever seen the movie A Face in the Crowd, a 1957 film starring Andy Griffith as a fellow called Lonesome Rhodes, he's a little bit like Lonesome Rhodes. He's a pitchman for certain ideas. What Beck does so well, and a lot of great comedians have done it, from Lenny Bruce to George Carlin, he combines anger and laughter to get his message through. People drop their defenses when they laugh. That makes Glenn Beck very, very effective. What Glenn Beck does, he emotes the frustration that a lot of middle Americans feel.
Nancy Pelosi says she's got a new tax idea. Oh yeah, new tax on the table. Oh, you're the best. She's talking to Charlie Rose.
He talks about the economic apocalypse, the end of the Constitution, all the while giving instructions in morality, humility. When he was interviewed by Katie Couric, CBS's anchorwoman, he came off as sort of a reasonable man. The thing about Glenn Beck is that about half of his show is fact and about half of it is his, what people believe to be, extreme speculation. But it gets me back to my question. What is Glenn Beck? He's definitely a showman. What creates Glenn Beck? In the 1950s, television was presented as the hope for America. It was going to instruct people. It was going to have all kinds of educational opportunities. It was going to make the American population walking geniuses. Well, none of that's happened because television doesn't do that. Television is a low-content medium, and it's perfect for people like Glenn Beck. I'd go so far as to say this: if people are paying attention, Glenn Beck is the future of so-called television news. Entertaining, low content, splashy, just to get your attention while selling you something during the commercials. I guess the question here, and the final question I want to answer, do people want well-balanced, analytical news, which is very difficult to find on almost any channel, or do they want to be entertained? I think the key here is the remote control. You can turn off people like Glenn Beck if you don't like them, or you can continue to watch. The power is in your hands. I've written a detailed commentary on this that really analyzes the whole Glenn Beck phenomenon, and I encourage you to go to our website at rutherford.org and read it. We're looking at something here that may change the face of television news.
before, and my time was running wild, a million dead end streets, and